welcome to Stand By, Lights, Camera, Action. I'm Leonard Nimoy, and this is a sound stage where movies are made. What we do is take you behind the scenes so you can see exactly how movies are made. Today's show is extra special to me. You're going to see how we filmed Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. You'll get a chance to join me as we visit the Paramount lot on a behind-the-scenes look at Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. You'll also see some Klingons as you've never seen them before. George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, the Academy Award-winning creators of Raiders of the Lost Ark, reunite for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. In this action and peril-packed adventure, the title role of the daredevil archaeologist Indiana Jones is recreated by Harrison Ford. Talk about recreating a role. In a little while, we'll be doing just that with my special guest, George Takei, who plays the part of Commander Hikaru Sulu, helmsman of the Starship Enterprise. You'll also meet Starlog editor Howard Zimmerman, and from Paramount Pictures, the Star Trek publicist Eddie Egan. We'll look into the genesis of the Star Trek phenomenon that has spread worldwide. But first, a behind-the-scenes look at the filming of Star Trek III, The Search for Spock.
All that they've loved, all that they've fought for, all that they've stood for will now be put to the test. Star Trek III, The Search for Spock.
The word, sir? The word? Is no. I am therefore going anyway.
You do this, you'll never sit in the captain's chair again.
Engage auto systems. Clear all moorings. Cleared, sir.
1/4 impulse power. Someone is stealing the Enterprise.
Warp speed.
Klingon bird appraiser. She's arming torpedoes.
Shields up.
The shield's non-responsive.
We're sitting duck.
Join us on this, the final voyage of the Starship Enterprise. Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. The adventure continues.
Here on the world-famous Paramount lot, Star Trek the movie began. A cast and crew is once again assembling, this time to bring to the screen the long-awaited Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. Star Trek III is the most exciting and spectacular of the Star Trek series. Leonard Nimoy, host of Stand By, Lights, Camera, Action, was chosen to direct this epic film. 7 of Paramount's sound stages were used. 3 were needed just for the planet Genesis, the world created in the Wrath of Khan. In The Search for Spock, Genesis goes through 3 stages of self-destruction.
These are some sketches done on photographs of the largest set that we've constructed for the picture. It's part of the Genesis planet, and this is a combination of photography and sketching that shows the condition that the set is in when we first arrive at it. And then as the planet begins to deteriorate, we take off some of the foliage and start turning the colors a little bit different, as you can see here, so it starts to get a semi-dead look. And then in its final stage here, the last night sequence that we shoot on the set, everything is almost completely dead, and the planet is in pretty bad shape by this time and is about to destroy itself. Because, as you remember in the story, it was created by an imperfect Genesis device, which never should have been set off. It was set off by accident or unintentionally by Khan in an effort to kill all the people on the Enterprise. This set is part of our Genesis planet. It was constructed on one of the largest sound stages in Hollywood in the motion picture industry. And it is a set that you'll see various times in Star Trek III because it goes through various changes. The first time we see it, it's looking pretty good. There's quite a bit of foliage on the trees, and it has a fairly healthy look. Gradually, through the course of the picture, the set decorators and the art director change the look of the place by cutting down on the amount of greenery that you'll see, and little by little it starts to turn brown and more dead looking, which is the idea, because as you'll find out in Star Trek III, the Genesis planet is gradually disintegrating.
With the set externals completed and the special effects team ready to go, cinematographer Charles Correll and his crew set up the first shot on the planet Genesis.
John, take this around here.
Reunited for the Enterprise's last excursion are William Shatner as Admiral Kirk, DeForest Kelley as Bones, and the rest of the Star Trek crew, and of course Leonard. This time, however, Leonard's station is behind the camera, where he made his debut as a feature film director.
Monday night to do the first changeover.
Huge wind machines were employed on these stages, along with a variety of exotic plants, to create the unstable planet at the heart of this adventure. Here, some members of the crew test the effectiveness of the wind machine, making sure it creates the desert effect needed to depict the beginning of the violent geographical upheaval on Genesis. Meanwhile, two Klingons rehearse their alien dialogue created by Mark Okrand, who also devised all the alien languages heard in Wrath of Khan.
Washte Utaru Hupna Wachna Wachna Hupchi Wachtewa Stadaba.
What was that last line you just did?
Wastelawa.
Oh, no.
That isn't the line?
That's not it.
That's the one we rehearsed yesterday.
It's the lead-in to the next scene.
Oh, the interior of Lucy's bedroom.
That's it.
Okay, right. We got it, okay.
Don't pay attention to anything these guys say.
With all the effects synchronized and director Nimoy ready to begin, Warlord Klingon Christopher Lloyd and his evil troops set foot on this turbulent planet.
All right, quiet, please. We're standing by. You all right, Joe?
Bring that up a little.
All right, quiet. Camera's rolling. Speed.
Bring it up a little bit.
Mark.
Wait, half a
Help out. Okay, upward effect.
Let's go.
Because of all the dust and wind blowing up in this scene, this Panavision camera had to be thoroughly cleaned after each take so as to ensure the precision and clarity of each shot. As an added precaution, all technicians on hand were instructed to wear surgical masks to prevent the inhalation of any chemical compounds or dust. Under the art direction of John Chilberg, these crew members prepare Spock's coffin, or tube as it's called in the movie, for its long-awaited discovery. The microbes which are being placed around the tube are in their primary stages of development and are a result of the Genesis effect. You may not recognize this worm-like creature, but believe it or not, it is the same microbe we just saw. In its final stage of development, and with the aid of nylon strings and a puppeteer, this creature will come to life, assuming the motions of and threatening danger like that of a deadly snake. Let's watch as Leonard, cast and crew do a take of Warlord Klingon Krug meets the microbe.
Okay, now start squeezing, Chris.